You didn't deserve it. You didn't deserve what you went through. You didn't deserve the name calling, the lying, the backstabbing, the betrayal. You didn't deserve it. But Jesus had a plan this whole time. That's the reason why you went through what you went through. That's the reason why people switched on you. That's the reason why people called you out of your names. Some of you guys, you've been separated from family members that you love dearly, that you never seen yourself walking away from. God has called you to put down the pen and close the notebook and close the book, close the chapter, flip the chapter on some people, some friendships, some relationships that you never seen yourself having to separate yourself from or having to be apart from. Some of you guys are, it's been relationships where where you didn't see yourself living without this person, and now you have to make a way without this person. But Jesus knew the plan. He knew the enemy's plan, and so he always has a counterattack. In fact, God already knows what the enemy is going to do before the enemy even tries it. In fact, the enemy has to run it by God before he can allow anything to happen over your life. And so God heard things that you didn't hear. God seen things that you didn't see. God seen text messages exchanged between people and friends, friend groups about you, and that's why you're no longer around certain people. That's why you and every time you get in the presence of people, you just feel uncomfortable. It's because God is telling you to remove yourself. That's why you no longer want to go to certain environments anymore. You no longer want to hang out with certain people anymore. It's because God knows things that you haven't physically seen with your eyes, but God is making you aware in your spirit. God is putting it in your spirit. That's why you're uncomfortable. That's why the friendship didn't work out. That's why even though they were your best cousin, even though they were your brother or your sister, even though that was your aunt or uncle, that's why God is not allowing that connection to be made anymore. God is displaying what it means for his love to be shown more, for his mercy to be shown more than the love of somebody else. And so what I mean by that is that God displays his love by separating us from people that hate us sometimes. By separating us from jealous people. Even though people speak with their mouth and say, I love you. Even though people speak with their lips and say that I'm always going to be there for you. I want you to know that these people are lying. God will put it in your heart that you will know that this is why. This is why I'm not friends with this person anymore. This is why the relationship didn't work out. How many times, sometimes you try things over and over and over and over again, and it never seems to work out. You just keep going back. You keep giving this person, you keep giving people chances after chances after chances because you have such this big heart. You're such this lovable person, but it never works out because God heard things and he's seen things that you didn't see, that you didn't witness. You didn't eyewitness like the news. You didn't witness these things, but God had. And so I just want you guys to understand that he's already made your path. He already decided where you would be, who you would end up with, who is going to be in your corner, who's going to turn on you. God has already decided who's going to really show you their true colors. Because some people weren't showing you their true colors. Some people would hide who they were just to be around you, just to see what you're doing, just to get in your business. They would hide that they really don't despise you. They would hide that they're really jealous of you. Some people would hide, they would tuck in their jealous soul just so that they can get around you and so that they can try to make you think. They would try to make you be naive. Right? They believe that you're naive. They believe that you can't see through them. They believe that you can't read them like a book. They believe that God hasn't heightened or empowered your spirit of discernment. Hi, my name is Azzuri, guys, and if you are new to this channel, hi, my name is Azzuri, and I'm here with motivational messages for you guys every single day. Without further ado, let's just continue to get into this message. You guys have been wondering why I haven't worked out, why I can't go back to a relationship, why the narcissist doesn't love me anymore, why my friends and family aren't acting the same, why am I starting to see different signs, why am I starting to be more aware of how people treat me, and why am I starting to catch on more that, hey, this person, they pretend that they like me, but I know that I feel something in my gut that they don't. Why am I starting to feel these ways towards people that I love? And it's because people don't love you the same way you love them. You have a big heart. If you're watching this video, you have a big heart. You would give the world for anybody. You would give the shirt off your back. You've been used and abused many times, multiple times. You've been used and abused. People have used you, and it's been different people, same scenario. They come into your life, they break your heart, they steal from you, they kill your joy, and they destroy your happiness or your peace of mind. They cause chaos in your life, and that's because the devil has sent people in to destroy the big heart that you have. By God's grace, you're still able to love, and you're still able to nurture people, and you're still kind. You still have kindness in your heart, and you're still caring, and you're still compassionate. By the grace of God, you still sympathize, and you're still sympathetic with people. And by the grace of God, that energy that the devil wanted to drain you of has not been stolen. By God's grace. But the enemy has attempted multiple times, several times, to allow people to walk into your life. He's even walked people into your life to still kill and destroy who you are on the inside, that big heart deep down on the inside of you. And so God knows these things. God will allow things. God will allow people to hurt you. He will allow the enemy to use people to hurt you, because God knows that through the pain, it's going to build you. Your heartbreak that the devil meant to destroy you with, the devil walks somebody into your life to break your heart, to cheat on you, to lie behind you, to steal from you, to destroy your happiness, to separate you from a friend, or to destroy your environment, or to do to whatever the devil had walked the person into your life to do. God, only reason why God allowed it is because God knew, He seen how you would come out on this thing. He knew that you would come out on top. He knew that it would build you. He knew that it would increase you. He knew that it wouldn't shut you down. See, some people, the enemy knows he can destroy, right? And God knows that you weren't one of those people. God knew that you weren't about to let the enemy destroy who you are on the inside. God knew that you weren't one of those people to be played with. And so God, while the enemy thought that he can use those same tactics on somebody else, that he can use it on you, that it may have broke somebody else, it may have broke another child of God, it may have destroyed another child of God. God knew that this one, He said, this one, you can test them anyway. God knew that you were a Job situation, a Job scenario. God knew that you weren't gonna fold on him, that the consequences of the enemy was gonna be big. It was gonna be major. See, the enemy for playing with you, for sending people to destroy you, for throwing arrows and darts your way, the consequences the enemy suffered was building somebody that was about to tear down the kingdom of hell. Because the enemy didn't know that the consequences for allowing somebody to break your heart was for God to build you up, and for God to place you where you deserve to be, for God to walk you into your true strength, your true dignity, your true character, your true design spirit. See, if the enemy would have knew killing Jesus would lift him up and raise him and make him God, the enemy would have never killed Jesus. And so if the enemy would have knew breaking your heart, stealing from you, lying on and walking people into your life to destroy it would only make you stronger, the enemy wouldn't have known. But God knew this all along. And so it was God's plan for Jesus to die and Jesus to be risen up again and to be seated at the right hand of the Father. And it was God's plan for you to be lied on, for you to be betrayed, for you to be backstabbed, for people to come in your life and misuse you, misguide you, mislead you, lie to you, treat you wrong, steal from you, steal your joy, your peace, your happiness. After you continue to give, you continuously give to people. You have such this big heart, and God knows it. But the enemy didn't know it. The enemy didn't know that you would continue to give even when people were taking, even when you didn't have nothing else. You would still be pushed to give all you have. He didn't know you would still be bowing down on your hands and your knees, giving grace to the Lord. He didn't know that you would still be giving your praise up to the Lord. That the enemy might have stole all your money, but he didn't steal your voice. He might have stole all your friends, but he didn't steal your praise. That you still have a God to praise. He might have killed your friend or your mom. He might have stole your love. He might have took the love of your life. He might have stole some things from, but he didn't steal your voice. And so as long as you have this voice, as long as you have these hands, they're going to be lifted up to the King. They're going to be praising the Lord, the Most High. And so the enemy wasn't expecting that out of you. But God was. See, God knows some things that you don't know. And so when God tells you to leave people alone, just leave them alone. Just walk away. It might hurt. They might be your best friend, the bestest friend you ever had, your bestie on earth. Y'all might be SpongeBob and Patrick. But God knows truthfully behind the scenes that person is Squidward. And that person hates you, SpongeBob. God knows some things that you don't know. He's heard conversations that you haven't heard. And so when God puts it in your spirit to leave somebody, when he put it in your spirit to leave a situation, to leave an area, to leave a apartment, to leave a job, do it. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.